I'm not exaggerating, that is the most exciting NA FNCS I have ever watched. I was up at 2:30 and I was bolt upright because this last game had me on my feet watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, notifications on, use code JKC from the item shop. It's the best way to support me, and let's go. We almost had Clix winning his first FNCS, but in the end it was a 2-horse race and Ritual, Cold and Peterbot took it out. Their only game outside the top 9 was the last game, whereas a 0-kill 20th. They kept neck and neck with Clix's team the entire time, but they were always very slightly ahead. Their games on day 2 was a 3-kill 9th, a 14-kill 2nd, an 11-kill 9th, a 9-kill 5th, a 10-kill 4th, and a 0-kill 20th. They played insane, and honestly, this was crazy. In second, just 11 points below, is Clix, Higgs, and Iamzo. They played crazy. I can't lie, I did not think they'd be able to keep up the pace on day 2. 3 wins out of 12. They were insane. They got a 10-kill 4th, a 12-kill win, a 6-kill 10th, an 8-kill 2nd, an 8-kill 7th, and a 6-kill 9th. Incredible work, honestly. I have never ever seen Clix's trio play this well. Iamzo had the craziest solo clutch you've ever seen, and I'm going to play it for you right now.
That is just insane yet again, but we still have Higgs and Iamzo down below. The space that they created, they're trying to make it work, but Higgs, he looks like he got lost into the fray, trying to reunite. The splashes are coming out, doing what they can to keep him alive. Iamzo is here, trying to take space, but they don't have builds, Monster, so it's all or nothing, and Booga goes down. They find a key elimination, and a refresh that's keeping them going.
And Higgs is still going too. He gets another knock off to Tyler. Iamzo now, by himself, fully healthy. Tyler knocked in the box next door. The comms come through. Iamzo's thinking about going for it. He sees the med miss. He sees what's happening. The zone's bouncing back to him. He's got a couple of options here. Another team in the bush in front of him, and he knows that he could go for them as well, but waits for the opportunity. But no, the timing was late, but it doesn't matter. Cole gets set down by Iamzo, and now he is inside the top 5. Here
that was Cold. That was Ritual.
And another one there too.
Peterbot's down as well. These are the difference-making points here. The eliminations, the placement, but now he's in a tough situation. 3v2, v1 situation here. Iamzo, if he could just get one more elimination, one more placements, they can put him within reach of that top spot, but it's Curve trying to heal off, backside of zone, but he's making a quick dash to the front. Into Iamzo he goes. Haymaker to the outside of the zone. He gets the elimination.
And then we also had the final game, which got me on my toes. Ritual, Cold and Peterbot were 30 points ahead going into the final game. We had a whole will they won't they land on each other. They didn't end up landing on each other. They ended up kind of rotating into each other. We had a will they won't they fight. We had a lot of Clix rushing Peterbot, although Peterbot then moved because he didn't want to fight on Clix's terms. Peterbot then ran at Clix with a full Jiven base, and Peterbot decided, you know what, we're not going to fight this. They dipped again, and then they had 0 surge, neither team, because they're too busy focusing on each other. So we ended up having a massive showdown in Seaport City. Clix, Higgs and Iamzo fought another team, and this managed to get their surge up just enough so they were above Peterbot in terms of surge. Peterbot was getting ticked by surge, and
this is unlike Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold. They might be feeling the pressure of the major being on the line here.
We haven't seen this in this situation out of them since the group stages where they went down to Storm Surge and zone overall.
Gosh.
Now the shots are coming out from behind. That's Higgs. That's Iamzo. They're ready to take it by force right now because the fight. Peterbot has to backtrack. He needs the surge. He needs it here, and this is the nearest team to them. Ritual turning around, trying to backtrack, but down goes Peterbot. That is their elimination. That is their Storm Surge, and that is their chance to win it all. But Cold, he has something to say about it. On the other side, he hit a massive shot on Iamzo to backtrack him. Because of the fall of Peterbot, though, look at the heals. Look at the loot that Higgs now has in his inventory.
And the siphon just kicked in, so it ends up keeping him alive for a little bit longer. Cole's falling to the surge here.
Oh no!
The Storm takes him down. First place is starting to be dismantled. Ritual tries, but he is sent back to the lobby. It's not over yet, though. Higgs and Iamzo still have to earn some points. 3 eliminations separate them. They've already earned 6. There's a team on their heels. There's a player on the outskirts. There's knock body everywhere, Jacob.
Oh no, it's a 5-tick!
And they fall!
Oh no, they were just 11!
Clix just about went down to the first team, so Higgs and Iomzo killed Peterbot, killed Cold to zone, and finished off Ritual. Just as they were moving into the zone, they ended up switching to a 5-tick. Super unfortunate. If they'd have just kind of looked at the zone, they would have figured it out and been able to get the Chug Jug off in time and maybe have won Major 2 finals, because just 11 points was in it. But unfortunately, they didn't manage to do that and they went down. But this team, wow. Clix has never looked so good in Fortnite, and I reckon Major 3 could actually be his. In third place, we had Reet, Cooper and Curly. This was our second of the qualified LAN teams. Clix got the first spot. Peterbot's spot rolled down because he's already in LAN. So Reet, Cooper and Curly managed to qualify. Now, I seriously doubted this team. I didn't know whether it would be enough, whether they had the consistency to pull it off. They weren't quite as consistent in day 2 with 2 poor games, but they still managed to pull it off. They had quite a good lead over the next team, and that lead was just enough to pull it off. Incredible work, honestly. If you'd asked me to predict Reet, Cooper and Curly, the last minute trio, I would not have predicted them third in Grands, but here we are, and they played absolutely wildly good. If you thought Reet, Cooper, Curly was a surprise for LAN, the last LAN spot will completely shock you. Visuals, Braids and Adminished. Now this team were third after the first day, but I don't know how they managed to come fourth overall. I thought the consistency would just drop them off slowly over time, but no, they were playing really good, and that was clearly a thing for everybody in that top 4. They were all playing absolutely crazy. Visual Braids and Diminished specifically had one game where they came 6th, and it was the most crazy 6th I've ever seen in my life. They were down, they were out, they were back up, they were all 1 health, they all jumped in and got somehow 100 builds to get their next zone, then they got a 6th. I was actually in shock. Visual Braids and Diminished has surprised me, to be honest, this Grands, and I hope to see now they qualified to LAN, them do so much better in Major 3. Maybe even secure a win. Ages Acorn and Puyo came in 5th. They managed to rise up the leaderboard a little bit in day 2, but these guys already qualified LAN, so it's not the biggest of deals. Rapid, Booger and Threats are 6th. They did not manage to secure LAN. They were 60 points off. They did have 2 wins, but they just weren't consistent enough, unfortunately. Canada, Bolts and Sphinx did manage to rise up as well. They were never going to make the LAN spots, but they did win last game with 11 kills, so fair play to them. They had a couple big pop-off games, but other than that, they struggled to find consistency. Day 2 was way better than day 1, with a 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 1st. Incredible work, but they just couldn't find enough day 1 consistency to bring them to the top 5. Muzyapka and Rise came in 8th, Shadow Curve and Tyler came in 9th, and Taki, Eshu and Vert came in at 10th. In 11th, we had contested Joji, Donny and Craze. Really good work from this team. They were contested at Shining Span, literally the worst drop I've ever seen in my life, and they managed to come in 11th with a wonderful day 2. Bryce, G-Money and Osid came in 14th, Aviv, Skittles and Chimp in 15th, Bucky, Okus and Cam in 18th. What a grand finals. Honestly, I'm still in shock. I'm actually still in shock. That last game is on my mind, and it should be. This is what Fortnite's all about, these moments. And this is definitely a top 3 moment in Fortnite of all time. Clix almost winning his FNCS. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click on EU finals so you can see what happened there. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Pop in code JKC if you want to support me.